All right, aloha, Love Tribe. Guess who I have here with me? A dear, dear soul brother, a man who has brought radiant light and love to me in so many ways, and being a friend of mine. And I really consider you somebody who I know I'm going to be in relationship with for my whole life, and in a heart level, and in a business level, and in a change maker level. And I'm so happy. You guys are going to die when you meet this beautiful man. So he's started numerous successful companies. He's a beautiful entrepreneur, and now he's on a mission to bring us all together with this next project that he's got called Nectar. And so his name is Eros. Hello, Eros. Aloha.
Hello, DJ Val. Thanks
good
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming over. You're the first to christen the purple couch. My Prince couch is what I like to call it.
This is an epic couch.
Dude, this couch this couch has seen some fun here. So now we get to have you on it, which is really neat. So what's going on? Like, tell me about what your projects are right now. Like, what's Nectar about, and why, so Eros is starting a movement that is an alternative to what we all have in our mental and social media space. And why'd you do this? Tell me about Nectar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I felt really deeply called to offer Nectar to the world, and I was brought together by different goddesses in the community with my co-founder Tom Bassett, who is a brilliant programmer who'd been holding the vision and the gift of creating community technology for a few years. And I'd also been holding this idea that there was just more that we could do with technology in community for about 10 years. And so we met each other and found our values were so deeply aligned around co-creating the better world that we know is possible, and basically changing all the systems on the planet because they're so broken. And these days technology is really the medium where everything interacts. And it's all old paradigm run by billionaires, and it's extractive. And we just really felt like it was time to change shit up.
Extractive. That's a great word. What's that mean for everybody?
Yeah. So in terms of technology, it's like they're mining our attention the way they mine the earth, right? And they're hijacking our attention and then extracting attention, profit, from the system, instead of giving to the system or creating something that's regenerative and is helping everyone. It's a few people in control, billionaires usually, and they have a very specific purpose of profit, and so they're taking without really giving back.
And what are you hoping like people are going to be able to experience on the Nectar app?
Where it all begins is we call it love-infused technology, and the idea is, right in the beginning, what's the DNA of this thing? What's the reason, the big why that people are creating it? Is it for profit and extraction, or is it to care for people on the planet? And for us, that was the real motivation. So it starts with the DNA, and that infuses everything that we do. So all of our relationships, all of the decisions that we make, the technology that we create, the tools that we create, and what we hope people will do with them is about connecting people, about healing people, healing the planet, changing the culture and the conversation that's happening on social media. So instead of, hey, look at me, or hey, buy this product, or hey, let's idolize these famous people, it's more about the unique nectar of every person, and the idea that every person has a gift to offer this world. I like to compare it to like an orchid. So if you imagine this beautiful orchid, it has a very unique beauty to it, and then it has an essence, the smell, and the nectar that attracts the pollinators. Each one of us is here to offer a gift. And so we want to create a culture where we're all holding that and giving and exchanging that and respecting that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what makes Nectar, because this is huge, running, a tech startup, like, oh, hello, just going to go do this and change the world. And you're not, because you're not in a typical profit model.
Right.
I mean, how are you sustaining, yourself, and how is Nectar going to grow over time? Like, how is it going to be able to evolve in a way that doesn't, get bought out or sold, to the companies that don't have our interest at heart?
Yeah, those are all good questions. And we really didn't want to go the old paradigm model of VCs that are then going to, place demands on us to extract profit. And so we're member supported. And right now we're mostly self-funded by me. But our vision is to create sustainability through being supported by members. And the idea is to give people enough value that it's worth it to them. So there's a free trial, and until we build a really strong network, it's we're just letting people use it for free. But the idea is $5 a month for personal, which is the price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And we're so used to getting social media for free. Even me, it's like, ooh, I don't want to pay $5 for anything. Like, just give it to me free,
Yeah.
But that's part of the culture, is it's not really free. We're the product, and our data is being mined and sold, and our attention's being hijacked, and it's not really serving us at the highest level and the deepest level. So we feel like once there's value, like people can meet other people, they can grow their business or their offering or their art or whatever they're doing, that we're creating meaningful impact in the community. People are going to say, yeah, $5, that's nothing. I don't mind being a part of this movement. And business pages are another $5 for now. And our idea is if you get one new client, even, every few months, totally worth it.
Yeah.
And Facebook doesn't really have a strong directory. And what we've done is we're building really good tools. We're combining a lot of what's already out there, but with love, with different value system, and together in one place. So instead of having Facebook where your identity is, and then you're going off and using a bunch of other sites to do stuff that are disconnected from Facebook, we're putting all the tools where the network is. So a directory of healers and business services and groups that have built-in chat and threads and really robust features that you don't find in Facebook, because Facebook, they want you to do this. That's where the ads are, and that's where the money is. They don't actually want you being productive and finding stuff and going offline. They want you right there, because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
And our approach is totally different. And then your other question was about, would we ever sell out, and how do we prevent that? It's just not in our DNA to sell it out. The only reason we'd ever sell is if like a foundation came in that had the same values and said, let's just make this a nonprofit, and we'll buy out all the equity holders just to value the work and risk that they've taken and make this just community owned. Then if that felt really aligned and we could ensure that the values would be kept, then I think we could transition to that model. But we wouldn't sell to Facebook or Google or anything like that. Yeah.
It sounds like you're kind of like the PBS of social.
Right. And that's a great example. People love PBS.
Totally.
And they create great
do
content.
The donor drives.
Yeah,
and
my
you're
mom
like, yeah,
totally
I want to go
supports them.
participate.
Yeah.
Like, because it's great content.
Yeah.
And I trust that source. Like, I don't feel like I'm getting, sideswiped from one angle or another. I really do feel confident with what's getting delivered to me there.
Yeah. I love that example.
Yeah. So you're like the PBS of social media.
Totally.
High five. Yeah.
Member supported.
Member supported, right?
Yeah.
And so you were telling me earlier about how when you do start making more money with this, like how you're going to distribute some of the money. Can you share a little bit about the fund and everything that you want to start in the community?
So our model is giving back 50% of revenue and profit.
50%. Not 10%. I'm only 11%, guys. I mean, he's 50%. I'm, wow.
And most of the rest is just going to go to building a team and running.
Yeah.
But 20 to 40% we call redistribution or decentralization of resources. And the idea is, instead of money like going straight up to billionaires as profit, we actually want to give that back to community at the local level and create abundance so people can support each other's businesses and build their own startup or small business or whatever their goal is. So 20 to 40% goes back, and we encourage individuals and organizations to be transparent and name where that's going. Like, okay, we've got this small project. If you join Nectar, we're taking those resources and we're doing this project. And that could be aligned with an SDG or some other stated cause or whatever work they want to do in the world. Or it could be like, I want to go to massage school, or I want to become an herbalist. So when you join through me, that's going for my tuition, and then I'm going to do this thing that I want to offer the world.
Wow.
So that's the give back to community. And then 20% goes to impact. And so 10% of that is going to be in the form of grants to nonprofits and causes. And 10% is an impact-driven fund that we want to create to support startups and people that are ideating to solve problems in the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whew.
Like an incubator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's doing that, obviously, right now with like social media. And okay, so here's what I want to ask you, because I know that I've been like a cheerleader, yay, go Nectar since the beginning. However, I have not been a user, and I haven't dove in. Like, I mean, I've tapped in a few times, and I know I would imagine a lot of the audience out there is like already like tapped out with their attention span on all the other, platforms. And so, and especially for me too, as like a startup, small business, little, I'm a little one coming together. Woo! I feel like I want to go where there's, people,
Totally.
and I know that obviously like this is something I really want to support. So I know one of my obstacles has just been time and feeling overwhelmed. Like how do how do you get people to shift their behavior so that they're getting that benefit? Like I know you were talking about like getting the boulder and kind of doing this. So what's the way to get somebody like me to be a more engaged user and a more engaged supporter? Because I want to, and I just know it's like me going to the gym too. It's like I want to, but I just don't.
That's the magic question, and I think the answer might be different for different people. They might be looking for a different point of engagement or connection, but it's kind of like McDonald's, right? McDonald's is really easy, and everyone goes there. It's right on the corner, and it's fast. But eventually you leave and you're like, man, I don't feel good at all.
Totally.
So I think Facebook is a lot like that. Everyone's there. It's easy. We're addicted. And then one day you're like, you know what? The experience I'm having on this thing is not the same as how it feels when I'm meditating or when I'm setting my intentions for the day. There's a disconnect, and there's something that just doesn't feel good. And we all know it's the values of Facebook and the fact that they're, lying and selling people's data, and the profits going to billionaires, and they're not really walking the walk of changing the world.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like a personal decision for each person to say, no, I actually do want to change my life and to change the world. And then it's Nectar being able to offer an experience, whether maybe it starts as a group. Like we're doing the presence process as a group right now. It's a book about just being present in the moment now and not in the past or the future. And it's a morning and evening meditation practice. So we've got a bunch of people in a Nectar group with threads supporting each other and being accountability partners. And it's a very specific reason why they're there. And that gives you a place to land in Nectar and people to relate to. And I think we've got a bunch of different groups. The Miracle Morning is another one that we've done. And Barbara Marx Hubbard's Evolutionary Ambassadors. And ISTA's thinking about coming on to Nectar. And Gene Keys. And it's these groups that already have coherence and want something different than Facebook.
Got it.
So if we can start with groups, I think that's a great place. And then once people see that more people are on Nectar, then it's like, oh, my friends are here. The chat tools are here. I can build my page here. And look, there's some cool new tools that Facebook doesn't even have. Okay, I'll try this. And then it's like we need those first few people to use it. And then the magic of the movement being created.
Yeah.
I think happens.
And so let's say the Gene Keys, for example.
Yeah.
I have that book over there, which I haven't read it yet, but it's going to get open one day.
Yeah.
But like, let's say if these groups, for example, come on and they want to, get some traction and get some people involved. How do they go about getting people involved without the typical the Facebook ad model kind of thing? How do they go and promote like, hey, we're here, everybody? Like, what's the organic process there?
Yeah, we're right at the edge of that right now. Like a friend of mine today was inviting people to the presence process, and she was messaging them on Facebook. And at one point, Facebook stopped letting her put the link in chat, and it said, you're violating community standards, or it literally wouldn't let her use the tool, even though she wasn't posting anything obscene. So it's really sketchy. And we just have to push that edge because we are basically like migrating people from Facebook.
Yeah.
But Gene Keys has a mailing list, and they also are making 30% in the resource redistribution. So it actually really benefits their organization to bring people onto Nectar. So they're actually creating resources that they can then use to benefit that community. We can build special tools for them. But for sure, we're 21 months in, and we've built great tools. And we're still not
beautiful platform.
Thank you. We're still not getting usership. So it's right now it's one-on-one. Like right now we're working with Sister Wins, Shayla Noella, who's such a beautiful soul and a medicine woman and has such gifts to offer the community. But I feel like on Facebook it's kind of getting lost. So I'm going over to her house and making videos with her, and we're powering the tickets for Sister Wins, and it's just these like one-on-one connections, and it's local, it's organic. We're doing potlucks and meals and like actually bringing people offline and together. And I think it's just continuously making that effort and people having an experience that like, oh, this actually feels real.
Yeah.
And this feels different. And okay, I'm going to show up for this and tell my friends. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I like the way you said that, like, the way that you feel after you eat McDonald's is similar to the way
Yeah.
that you might feel after you get off of the other channels.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I can totally relate to that because I feel like I just ate junk food. I'm
Yeah.
not full. I actually feel like I might have poisoned parts of my body.
It is. It's social media junk food.
It is. It's
It
total junk
really
food.
is.
And I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, I'm still learning the whole social media ecosystem and trying to figure out, like, how do I, as somebody who, you know, is a change maker, and I think we all are change makers and
Yeah.
messengers, like, how do I
Yeah.
get to go out and create content that is not overwhelming, but enough to, like, give people, like, a shift of heart or a shift of spirit, you know? And how does it get out there?
Yeah.
You know, to the people that you really want it to get to. So
Yeah.
it's challenging because you have to study the system,
Right.
and that system is like toxic already.
Yeah,
You know, and
it
so
is.
you're kind of like, oh God, I'm shrinking over here. What? Okay, so with Dance Our Dreams, guys, you know, we talk about an SDG of the week, a Sustainable Development Goal from the United Nations. And the reason I do this is because I really want to, you know, just help raise awareness around the planet of
Yeah.
like, what are these bigger goals that we can
Yeah.
all align our big dreams with the big dream of the planet. And
Yeah.
so which one did you pick for this, for your SDG of the week?
I picked 17. And, you know, SDGs are a core part of our value system. And we haven't built our SDG tool yet because we're not to that level of building networking tools, but it's in our pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called, but it's
It's partnerships for the
partnerships, right, for the goals.
goals. But
Yeah.
partnerships, hello, connecting.
Yeah,
Nectar,
yeah. So we're a connecting platform, but the tools I want to build around SDGs is localized tools where you can say, okay, gender equality is my jam. Who else in Boulder is passionate about that? And it actually becomes a badge on your profile, because SDGs are so powerful and so many countries have agreed to them. Mm-hmm. It's a great point of connection for how to change the world.
Yeah.
But I think it has to be socialized. And I've talked to some people that are going to the UN, and the SDG social platform hasn't been built yet. And so that's part of what we want to build, and layering that and educating people. And then you could say like, oh, we're doing a gathering about SDG number 8 or whatever it is, water, you know, housing.
I
food.
love that. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was signing up for Nectar, there were all the different things that I could, you know, what am I? What are my interests and
Right,
everything.
right.
So I like that, you know, you could get
Yeah.
an SDG badge
It's
too.
literally
like,
in
I
our
mean,
list, and the problem is we have one programmer,
Yeah.
and the list is
Tom's
so long.
just like,
dude. Yeah.
we love you, Tom.
Yeah, Tom's amazing. But it's totally on our list,
Yeah.
and it's really important to us, and we already have the icon and everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And so, and so we also, of course, have a song of the week that we like to have. And so tell us about the song you picked.
Yeah, so I forget the name of that one too, but it's Red, and it's Powwow.
Electric Powwow Drum.
So I forget where I got this song, but it's Tribe Called Red, Electric Powwow Drum, and I'm just gonna cut that and redo it. So you asked me about the song.
Cut.
Yeah, I picked A Tribe Called Red, Electric Powwow Drum.
Okay.
And this is a song I play when I really want to get fired up. And it's a native song, and it feels like warriors dancing around a fire.
Yeah.
And an example is like I was remodeling my house, and I was really tired, just like beyond exhausted, but I needed to push through, and I'm like in my work boots and my beat up clothes, and it's all dusty, and I'm lifting heavy shit. And I put this song on, and I put it on repeat the whole day.
Whoa.
And I had like a 16-pound sledgehammer, and I was like, ah! And it gets you like in your warrior.
Yeah.
Like, just right into your warrior jam.
I love it.
And I think we need that.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to be in our warrior jam sometime.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
So
I
I
can't wait to
recommend
play
that
this.
one.
All right, that's going to be so fun.
Play it really loud and just like, just get into it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do I need a sledgehammer?
You do, yeah.
I might need like
No,
a
you can have
10-pound
like
gun.
a sword of light or whatever your thing is.
Look at my
yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah, lightsaber.
Okay, so we didn't actually, I started talking to you about the experiment of the week before, but we
Yeah.
didn't go into what it was.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what do you think? Like, I have one that I think would be great, but I want to hear What's something that you have that is in your daily practice that like helps you be the warrior guy who's like, I'm going to pick this thing up and go make nectar and be the badass that I am. Is there something in your daily practice that you want to share with everybody that could be useful? Or do you want to share, like, get on Nectar every day and I think that would be really good too.
So I love that. And maybe I'll share both.
Okay, good.
Part of what we want to offer with Nectar are personal growth tools.
Yeah.
Because technology really can help us. And it could be even the smallest thing, like the app could say, hey, would you like to take a breathing break once an hour? Or, hey, would you like to get up and move once an hour? Or have you meditated today?
Wow.
And sometimes it's the smallest little prompt that brings us back to center.
Yeah.
And just that's all we need to say yes to personal development and to doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So it's we call it integrated intelligence. And it's the idea that because someone put a little bit of love and wisdom into building this technology, it's actually going to do things for you that are really going to help you. And I think being present, breathing, being present in your body as part of a morning practice, as part of a daily practice, brings your parasympathetic nervous system to a place of relaxation that kind of resets what's happening with your stress and your busyness and distractions and all of that.
Yeah. And so what's your trigger to get you, if you're not using the technology, which obviously we could have a trigger from the tech going, hello, it's time, Yoda in our pocket telling us to.
We think of Yoda,
Yeah, right? And so if we're not using that particular tech, what do you use? Like, do you have a certain thing that you just remember, like, oh yeah, I'm like over here and I need to get like...
I mean, for sure, I think making sure you have a strong morning practice, like that's the best way to, I think, start that powerful, intentional day.
Yeah.
And so I was using the Miracle Morning, and I'm now trying the Presence process. But the idea is have certain things that you do every morning and do them before you turn on your phone.
Yeah.
So your phone's completely off. You're not checking emails or texts or anything like that. You're just being present with yourself. And Miracle Morning is, he uses the acronym SAVERS. So it's silence, which is like meditation, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing.
Wow.
And you don't have to do them for a long time, but doing all of those every day is super powerful.
Yeah.
Super powerful.
I think it's so interesting. I just interviewed a woman named Allie Cole, and she has the sensual embodied dance class here in Boulder. And it seems like so many people you know have something that they suggest for their morning practice. It's like the morning, I had many other guests and like that's their thing, like I do this in the morning, or do all these different things. And for me too, like I know, like I started a very serious morning practice about 3 years ago, and it's like I noticed that, and there's only been maybe a dozen days in the last 3 years that I missed it. And it's like, I didn't brush my teeth that day. It's like my whole energy system, and I feel just like off and weird. And I'm just not, I'm not in my power, and it's just, it is such a profound practice, and then it can carry all that medicine throughout the day.
Yeah. And it can be short.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like 3 hours,
No.
like it can be 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Is a good start.
Like just get started, do one thing.
Yeah.
Like even the exercise part, like do one push-up.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go to the gym, but that gets your body going. Well, oh, maybe I'll do 2, or all right, maybe I'll write 3 gratitude things, and or whatever you're writing down. It feeds on itself for sure.
Yeah, and to remember that it's a gift to yourself. It's not something you have to do.
Yeah,
it's something you're giving to yourself, and to be able to both give and receive that is where like personal sacredness starts, I think.
It does. It's really important. I know. I'm starting to date a guy, and he's like, let's talk tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm like, nope, I'm going to bed. I have to get up really, really early tomorrow to do my practice. And he's just like, oh, this is good. You're going to be good for me, honey. So I'm just like, but it's our sacred time, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I crave it. I crave that morning time by myself and with spirit and with clouds and everything. So morning practice.
And if you fall off, allow yourself to just get back into it.
Yeah. Just go. Like no beating yourself up or anything. Just jump right back on.
Yeah.
It'll stick at some point,
Yeah.
Because you'll start getting those benefits. You'll start feeling the juice.
It literally changes your life right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Yeah.
And making my bed. I make my bed every day now.
That's important. I think if you have a strong morning practice and you do it consistently, every day is better than the day before it.
It is.
Yeah.
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 It's like, it's progress. Practice makes progress. I love that for sure. So, okay. So how can everybody find Nectar? Because I want to get everybody on Nectar here, and I want to help you get your message out,
Thank you.
help connect all of our hearts. And I need to I know that my experiment of the week, I want to get on Nectar every day.
I would love that.
I'm going to get on Nectar every day, and I'm going to report on it every day. And I'm going to say, look, I'm on Nectar. I'm probably going to be reporting on Facebook about Nectar.
So, yeah.
But that's okay.
So actually, we just got permission to link Facebook posts to Nectar.
Wow.
It took us like 8 months, and we had to get kind of tough with them. But I would say the best way is just go to nectar.earth and sign up.
Nectar.earth.
And when it asks you who referred you, they can put your name in there. I think your name's DJ Val, on Nectar. And then you'll get the pollinator credit for them. So it'll be kind of your tribe that you're bringing on.
Okay.
I mean, we can create a page or a group, but let's first just get people on, I think.
Let's just I want people on. It's not about me getting credit. I just want people on Nectar. Just get on Nectar.
Go to nectar.earth. There's a free trial, but if you want to support us, that's even better.
Yeah.
Right now it all goes to just supporting our tech.
Yeah.
And then there's a few things you do. Link your Facebook. It'll guide you through it.
Okay.
But then anything you post on Facebook will automatically post to Nectar. So you can post in both. And that's how we migrate.
Cool.
So let's make it a gradual thing, and people will start to move over. And then do an intro video, hashtag intro video, and there's a whole tagging system. It's kind of like Instagram. And just introduce yourself to the community, but allow yourself to be vulnerable and honest, because that's the culture that we're creating.
Yeah.
And people will see you, and they'll witness you, and they'll be interested in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you can do the same for them. And then just play around. Feel free to message me or Tom, or there's a support link in the menu if you have questions. But there's an app and a web portal, and they're both really cool and lots of cool features. And then post a connection post. So you go to connect, and you just make a post about something you like to do. And it could be going for a hike, or playing a sport, or wanting to watch a movie, or drop in with someone. And then other people can connect with you that way. And really, Nectar's a place to meet new people and to meet people offline. Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a hermit up here in the clouds, so
Yeah.
I need to get on Nectar and meet some humans.
Yeah. And then if you have a business, you can create a page.
Yeah.
And tag it really well, and that's how people will find you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I see you, I really see this blowing up, and I know that it's this
It's really close.
struggle, but it's don't worry,
really
it's okay.
close.
Because your intention is so good, and everything is so good what you're doing. And I just know that our planet needs it, especially now. I mean, we are at a tipping point socially.
Yeah.
And it's I was telling you earlier just about, I think some of the struggle, you guys, is the third party in our political system, trying to get people to vote for the whatever the third party might be, and not just be in this two-party system. It takes, it's what we need, but it's how do we do it? And it's just one person at a time, one heart at a time.
And there is an intelligence, and it's hard intelligence on the planet.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if everyone just said yes, everyone would move over to the other party. Yeah. And we'd change the world.
Exactly. And there wouldn't be that fear factor of I'm going to lose my vote over here. It's no, I actually really don't want these two. I want this new thing.
Yeah. It's about claiming our power as a people. Mm-hmm. And so it's everyone has to make that personal decision of, no, I'm actually going to step into this new world, and I'm actually going to show up. And I know that everyone else is going to do the same thing. Yeah. And I think we're really close. And Nectar's really close. And if a few more people just get on and say yes, then their friends are going to say, okay, I'm going to say yes. And then it's going to be yeah. And it's going to happen.
Yeah. It's happening.
Yeah.
Game
it's
on.
happening. All right.
I love you.
I love you too. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to the love tribe of the world?
Thanks for listening, and keep tuning in, because this goddess is doing amazing things, and she has so much light and so much love, and she's going to get you excited and inspired and motivate you. So tune in, find her on Nectar. We're going to get her to set up a page, and we'll start hosting her content.
I know. We'll get Dance Our Dreams over there. It's going to be so good.
For sure.
Yay. All right, everybody. Let's take a big inhale. Let's inhale some love. And exhale peace out to our beautiful, beloved planet. Until next time, peace, love, and Allah.